I don't want to come.
We are in Baltimore, Maryland, August 5th, Monday Night Raw, CFG Bank Arena. Start out the evening with our new World Heavyweight Champion, Gunther, and he is joined in the ring after cutting a good promo by Randy Orton, as Gunther was wondering who's going to step up and be his first challenger. He said he'll take on anybody, and out comes Randy Orton, and they bring up the fact that was it Money in the Bank, that Gunther didn't really beat Orton clean. So, yeah, that is going to set up for this match, which I think is a great program. Orton, it'll give him a chance to, put Gunther over in this match, as they'll probably, have a few, interactions leading up to the Clash in Berlin, which is August 31st. So this is a good promo spot. No real contact. They kind of got up in each other's face at the end, but nothing, it's actually kind of a refreshing to see the angle go this way. I enjoyed it, and I think this will be a good opening program for Gunther as world champion, because as Orton has stated, he doesn't care about going over at this point. He just wants to do business, and that is a excellent outlook from a veteran who is more than willing to work with, the younger guys on the roster. So big kudos to Randy Orton, and I just have to say, this dude looks better than he has in his entire career. Like, Gunther's a big guy. Orton makes him look small. Randy is probably coming off that injury in the best shape of his career, and good for him. I'm happy to see the Viper back. I'm anxious and excited to see this match and what they do leading up to the show in Berlin on the 31st. Good way to kick off the show.
I don't want to come.
Before we get to the first match, let's cover the Damian Priest promo. He is livid. Finn Balor betrayed him. Finn screwed him over, cost him his world title against Gunther at SummerSlam this past Saturday night. Priest is, he wants Balor to come out there and take this ass whooping, and then Balor shows up on the Titantron. And, he's got words for Priest. Priest wants him to come out, and Finn reminds him of when Damian, you once upon a time, you screwed me out of the title too. And, we see he's got a picture of that. Priest was ringside. Long story short, this is a great angle. This is going exactly the way I had, hypothesized it would, with Priest and Rhea Ripley getting the face turns, which they basically already had, just not officially. And yeah, so we got Damian as a face leaving the Judgment Day. Finn is saying, I'm not going to fight you tonight, but somebody will. Somebody that earned it. That's JD. JD's going to fight Priest tonight. So yeah, Finn is backstage with the new Judgment Day. Now we've got Balor, we've got McDonough, we've got Carlito, we've got Dom, and we've got Liv, the women's world champion. And Priest is left in the ring seething, but he will get his hands on Big Head McDonough later on tonight on Raw. So here we go, Sheamus versus Ludwig Kaiser. Kaiser attacks Sheamus on the ramp. They battle down to the ring. Sheamus really does a good job of working with the younger talent. Kaiser gets a lot of heat on him. Sheamus has to dodge a shillelagh attack from Pete Dunne, fend off some offense from Kaiser, some vicious chops. Sheamus eventually wins, hits the bro kick, 1, 2, 3. And yeah, he did well in this match. Kaiser looked good, Sheamus looked good. Really not much here to talk about though. Basic match, no complaints. Let's go right to another match, shall we? The lovely Lyra Valkyria, the Nepo friend of Becky Lynch, who doesn't have her protection, versus Shayna Baszler with Zoe Stark and Sonya Deville, and I really don't care much about this match. Look at this step up in Seguri, and Baszler sat here and waited for 4 seconds for Lyra to pick her up, hit her with the Nightwing, go hit the 2, but nope. In comes Zoe and Sonya. Music hits. Here comes Damage Control down to the ring, and they break out into what can only be described best as a Sonya versus Dakota Kai later on tonight. Oh boy. After a bunch of backstage segments that I really don't care about, CM Punk comes down to the ring, and he's in a good mood. He's happy. He's talking to the crowd, and, well, all of a sudden, burn it down. Here comes Seth freaking Rollins. And he has a few choice words for Mr. CM Punk. And he's already ready for a fight, it looks like. And he makes his way into the ring. Punk backs up. And we're like, all right, these two, we're going to get a little, combat action between Rollins and Punk. And then Rollins in the ring. We look up to the crowd as we get a pop up there, and as we figured, here comes Drew, which I've really enjoyed this angle, the way they have worked it. McIntyre, Punk, and Rollins have been doing some great work. The one thing that I really don't like, don't understand, don't care for, I mean, I understand it, I think it's stupid, is Drew taking the 2-cent bracelet from Punk, and Punk getting so, I'm going to murder you over this bracelet, as he powders and heads into the crowd, which leaves Seth freaking Rollins in the ring by himself. But is he, though? As Bronson Reed just comes through, takes him out, and, they have some back and forth, but Bronson hits him with not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, not even 5, 6 fucking tsunamis from the top rope. He must have bit his tongue because he's spitting out some blood. Reed was in the IC title picture before he got kind of pushed out of that. So they're trying to work this big man into a main event type spot. And I'm not sure if that strategy is going to work with Bronson Reed, but we'll see what happens.
I don't want to come.
Authors of Pain versus New Day. And the only thing of note in this is Odyssey Jones making his main roster debut after 462 days of being on the roster. Most impressive spot was him picking both Akam and Razor up at the same. Of course, they helped him, but this double side slam, spot of the match, spot of the segment. Nothing else to say about it because it's a throwaway segment. Next up, Miz and R-Truth. Awesome Truth versus A-Town Down Under. Austin Theory and Grayson Waller. And this is coming from SummerSlam when A-Town Down Under interrupted The Miz and R-Truth. And whatever. And we have a match. And A-Town Down Under wins. I don't really have anything to say about this. I like Ron Killings. That's about it for this entire match. Let's go.
I don't want to come.
Third from the top of the card, Damian Priest versus JD McDonough. Grudge match, which this was actually not a bad match. Judgment Day would get involved, interfere. Balor gets in the ring, and as soon as he and Priest have that opportunity, that stare down, Priest is going to go for it, but the numbers game plays in, and Damian is taking a beat down until, Finn and the boys, they get a little overconfident. They got him against the ropes. Finn grabs McDonough. He says, hey, Irish whip, let's do it. He whips McDonough in, takes the big backdrop out of the top, ditches Dom. Carlito takes a super kick, one-on-one with Balor. Finn tries to run. Damian gives chase, catches him. He's getting him up for my favorite finisher because it was mine. Razor's Edge, saved by Liv. They have a stare down, but in comes Daddy Dom. Knee job. I don't know if I should have said that. On Priest. Liv and Dom put the boots to Damian now, and they are shocked when Mommy's music hits, and she comes down to the ring. Dom and Liv bail. They powder, and Liv is jumping the guardrail. Mommy catches her, says, no. Ring post. Not once, but twice for Liv. Mommy does some house cleaning, decides the ringside area could use a bit more straightening up, actually made more clutter, but she's going to powerbomb Liv through the table, gets her up easily. Dom saves her. They powder through the crowd. So McDonough is still in the ring. He and Mommy are face to face. She, of course, is allowed to hit him, but he cannot touch her. Priest gets him. Mommy tells him it's time. The Terror Twins reunite. South of Heaven choke slam. Message sent to the new Judgment Day from Damian and Rhea. Let's go to tonight's main event, the much-anticipated six-man tag match. Gable and the Creed brothers against the debuting Wyatt Six. In-ring debut, that is. And, of course, we've got Eric Rowan, the only remaining original member of the Wyatt family, teaming with Dexter Lumis and Joe Gacy. And boy, do the Creed brothers and Gable show off some athleticism with triple moonsaults here onto Joe Gacy. But we go back outside the ring. The action continues. Double Uranagis by Lumis and Gacy on Julius and Brutus. Rowan left inside the ring with Gable. Gets forehead, kind of Baron Von Raschke claw choke slam. A little more tandem offense from Gacy and Lumis here. And then Dexter Lumis takes to the air. Assisted frog splash. Count it, ref. Count it. 1, 2, 3. Wyatt 6. Uncle Howdy's happy. And this moment right here really, really hit me. Rowan congratulating Lumis and Gacy because this moment means a lot. This is a huge moment for the Wyatt 6, for this storyline, for Bo Dallas, Uncle Howdy, whatever you want to call him, and for Eric Rowan. This hit me in the feels. I ain't going to lie. It really did. I love the debut. I'm not going to pretend I know a lot about Lumis and Gacy's work, but I will say tonight they did exactly what they needed to do, and that's come out, put on a little show. You know, I mean a little show by, you hit a few really nice spots. Everything was tight. It was serviceable. It looked good. The entrance was good. Everything about this worked for me. So I don't see any problems with this match. Rowan took a German from Gable, which was impressive, but he was holding his neck the rest of the match. Hopefully he was just selling and there wasn't actually some minor injury that occurred. Overall, solid show again from Raw. All these angles, stories are advancing. We're getting new twists, new rivalries. I'm here for it, man. Like I said, SmackDown ratings have still been higher than Raw, but that just speaks to each individual brand and what they bring to the table, and each roster is very well constructed. That's what I'll say. So I enjoyed the show. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Subscribe, turn the bell on for notifications. Channel memberships, $2.99, $4.99. You get your videos now every Wednesday. Patreon, patreon.com/wrestlingwithhorror420. A ton of content over there. Like I said, if not, just subscribe. It's free. It always will be. I'm Etep from Wrestling with Horror. I will see you guys on the next one.